Welcome back to another YouTube video. Time to talk about NXT and AEW. Cameron Grimes versus JD McDonough. JD McDonough beat Cameron Grimes, as you would expect, because what's JD McDonough about to do? Go for the NXT Championship. What did they do on this show? Braun Breaker cut a promo and said, I'm going to beat you when I defend the NXT Championship. When he defends it against JD McDonough, who knows? But Axion was on the show later. He beat uh some dude. Hang on. I know I'm kind of going all over the show already, but it is what it is. Damn, this was near the end of the show. Oh, Axion versus Dante Chen. Axion, his name used to be A Kid, former NXT UK Heritage Champion, but now he's just a guy under a mask. So, and he likes math. He's a masked wrestler who likes math. That's basically his gimmick. Uh, Cora Jade comes out. That's a promo talking about how um, Roxanne Perez is now selfish because we won the NXT tag titles, and now 30 minutes later, she want to go for the women's champion, the singles world title, the women's championship. She's like, yeah, no, that ain't happening. So yeah, Cora Jade throws the her NXT Women's Tag Team Championship in the trash. So they're writing off the NXT tag titles then, because nobody's gonna want those after you threw one of them in the trash, right? You would imagine. Roderick Strong versus Damon Kemp. Roderick Strong beat Damon Kemp, and Tony D'Angelo and his faction were beating up the Creed brothers backstage. So we're getting D'Angelo family versus uh, Diamond Mine next week. There we go. Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen versus Pretty Deadly. The NXT UK Tag Team Champions retain. Briggs and Jensen retain against Pretty Deadly, as you would expect, because they're not going to lose on their first defense. Who they lose it to? Who can tell? Who's going to say? I don't know. Um, what did we have? We had the Grizzled Young Veterans are revealed as the Dyad. They're not the Grizzled Young Veterans anymore. They are, what are their names? There you go. Rip Fowler and Jagger Reed. Those are the people with Joe Gacy. Number one contender, women's battle royal. Zoe Stark comes back. Zoe Stark wins. Will she win the NXT Women's Championship from Mandy Rose on her first try? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. What, to wait and see what happens? Fighter Fest, AEW, Jericho Kingston, overbooked. It was overbooked. To be expected, though. You saw Ruby Soho sitting out there holding the little um, control that lifts and lowers the shark cage. It's like, all right, well, she's going to get attacked. Sure enough, she did. Not only by Ty Conti, but by Anna Jay. That's right. Anna Jay's a heel. Dark Order came out there 2 weeks ago and they were like, yep, we're staying together. It's like, well, yeah, you guys are, but she's turning heel. So she's like, yeah, see you later, guys. So, yeah, Anna Jay, heel. Will she join the Jericho Appreciation Society with Ty Conti? Hmm, probably. Um, Anyways, back to the main event. Overbooked. Jericho Appreciation Society attack Eddie Kingston. Blackpool Combat Club come out, attack them back. Sammy Guevara hadn't come out there yet, so that's why he came out. And then, Jericho won the match. Kingston and Jericho will have another match. You can't go on. Jericho can't just go on to do something else while Kingston trying to stop him. So you're gonna have another match between them. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna happen. Darby Allen. Brody King beat Darby Allen. He needed to. House of the House of Black, they don't got a lot of wins. They don't. Darby Allen loses. Makes sense because they're gonna go into a feud. Darby, Sting, Malachi, Brody, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy. His name's not that anymore. Buddy Matthews. He hasn't been on TV in a while, by the way. I don't know where he's been. Maybe he's injured or something. Anyways, Sting and the House of Black, and Sting, Darby, and House of Black are going to go into a feud. Miro came out to, I don't want to say make the save because he didn't attack anybody. He came out, stared down House of Black, and Malachi Black was like smiling. So I'm like, is Miro joining House of Black? Because didn't he just say, did you send these guys after me to beat me up or join me? So is he just going to be like forgetting about that and just join them? You're going to have matches against them first? Like, what's going to happen here? I have no idea. Um. Oh yeah. We literally just talked about not in direct terms of what happened after the match, but yeah, Sting came out, tried to make the save, and then the lights went out, and then Malachi Black shows up. FTR cut a promo talking about Dax Harwood specifically talked about his daughter, who's 5 years old, had heart problems, and then 3 years later she didn't. So, hey, hell of a promo. But that's basically the gist of it. Ricky Starks is fighting Two Dimes. His name's not Two Dimes anymore. Who's going by his real name now, which is Cole something. Hang on. Cole Carter. So Ricky Starks beat him. Danhausen came out. He was like, I'm going to challenge you. And Ricky Starks was like, oh, not now. I'll face you next week. So Ricky Starks versus Danhausen next week. Ricky Starks is beating Danhausen next week. I don't see Danhausen beating Ricky Starks because Danhausen was literally just palling around with Hook. Like, he's still friends with Hook. Is Hook supposed to, like, not care if the FTW championship isn't in Team Taz anymore? I have no idea. Christian Cage and Luchasaurus beat Varsity Blondes, and Luchasaurus. Jungle Boy came out and he was going to go after Christian Cage. Luchasaurus was standing there. He stepped aside to let Jungle Boy go after Christian. Maybe a swerve. Maybe Luchasaurus will actually turn on Jungle Boy now because Luchasaurus never turned on Jungle Boy. So action coming for that. Okay. Then we had the hell. God damn. Hang on. See, now I gotta go. Now I gotta go back all the way. Kingston Jericho, Athena, Willow Nightingale versus Jade Cargill and Kira Hogan. Jade Cargill and Kira Hogan beat them, as you would expect. But oh yeah, next week. That's done next week for Dynamite, or not next week, but Rampage. We're getting Jay Lethal versus Christopher Daniels, so that should be good. Here it is. Best Friends versus Moxley and Wheeler Yuta. Mox and Wheeler